Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing and hit the alert for all future videos. Today what I'm going to be doing is a November week 2 check-in. And overall a pretty good week, but I do need, today is Friday the 13th, kind of, I don't know if that's a good day or a bad day. And I do know that my tabs are pretty much empty, so I do need to make sure I stuff my envelopes before the beginning of the week. So I did go and get cash out from the bank because week 1 and 2 are stuffed from the first time I pull money out, and then I pull money out in the end of week 2 for week 3 and week 4. So I do have my cash from the bank. So we'll start with transactions. So I only had one no spend this week. I've kind of been on a eating out kick, as you'll see in my transactions, because I just am tired of cooking. That's the only excuse I can give you. I just do not feel like cooking, so there we go. So in groceries, I had 2 different transactions. On the 9th, I went to Fry's and spent $8. And on the 9th, my husband went to Costco and spent $90. No, I'm sorry, he spent $140. So when he went to Costco, I did not go to the grocery store on the 8th, which I did not meal prep this week, and it shows in my budget. But the things that he got at Costco were like fruit, steaks, things like that. So we've kind of been eating off some of the food that we had at the house. That's more for like future. So we didn't get a lot of like the basics. So that's what Fry's was. I went and grabbed like some bread and little things like that. So I do need to go grocery shopping this weekend though. So those are done. And then for eating out, where I didn't have any transactions the first week, I definitely made up for that in week 2. So on the 9th, went to Applebee's. I don't know about you, but the day I grocery shop is the day I don't want to cook. So we went and got groceries, and then I picked up salads. So there you have it. And then on Tuesday the 10th, I went to Arby's, and that was $18. And then on the 8th, which was Sunday, I went to Texas Roadhouse, and that was $32. So pretty much, I did make like a pork loin that's like pulled pork. I made that on Sunday, and so we've kind of been eating that all week long. So I'm about over that as well. I'll cross those off. And then for my allowance, I spent, I think, almost all of it. I had 2 purchases on Amazon for $57 on the 7th. And I bought ink for my little printer that I use in my memory keeping. And I bought a binder for a savings challenge that I'm going to do in 2021. And then on the 10th, I spent $39 at Sadie Stickers for some photo albums. Well, some sticker albums really, not photo. I'm gonna check those off. I am really liking these thinner strips, so I am gonna go ahead and put them into my Etsy shop because they're just so much easier to use than the thicker ones. They just give me a little bit more space on the month view. And then for giving, I had just the one expense, which was on the 8th. I hope you are all doing well. I live in Arizona, and we are not in shutdown, but we are seeing some places closing, and the schools right now are a bridge, so they may go into a shutdown, and we may students may have to do 100% virtual, or it may continue to be this kind of program where it's halfway. But it's really kind of frightening as we're going into Thanksgiving how high the cases have been. I hope in your area of the country you are doing better than that. So for fixed expenses, I had two. I had Netflix for $15 and CenturyLink for $11. So I did discontinue my Office line, and so the charge that you will actually see come out of my expense check next month will just be $11. So I won't have that $45 in my budget going forward. I really never use that line because we do Teams, so I finally just decided, why am I paying for this? Even though I'm being reimbursed, I just wanted to get rid of it. And then I haven't spent anything out of Christmas and gifts. Household, no. Okay, so, and this will shock no one, I did go over in craft supplies. So the first week of the month I had used almost all of it. So 61 plus 19 plus 12. I had spent $92 of my $100 budget. I then spent $25 and $39. So I have spent a total of $156. So I am over budget $56. There's that. Okay. And then I did spend on medical. I did have to buy some prescriptions, and that was $16. And that's all. I did get a bill, but then I called to question it, and so they said not to pay it because they think I got somebody else's bill because they charged me for an appointment and I was never there. So I don't know what happened. So I didn't pay it, and I haven't seen another bill from them. So those are all my transactions so far. And so let's get into the week check-in. So for groceries, I don't know why I always do it this way. I spent $148. And in my grocery tab, I have left $5. So $375 minus $148 is $227 remaining. I don't know if that's right. So I had $375. I spent $148, which means I took out too much money for groceries. So I'm gonna have to put some of that back. Okay, so for eating out, I started the week with $200, and I spent 30 plus 18 plus 32. 30 plus 18. Okay, 30 plus 18 plus 32. I spent 80. And under my tab, I have $20, which balances out. And then for, oh, I somehow put this money with that money. Okay. Then in my, so grocery, eating out, So I have 120 left, and I'm stuffing $100 this week. Then for giving, I spent 100. So that means I have 200 left, and that I left into my account. For allowance, I had 250 left because I didn't spend anything the first week. And then week 2, I think I spent it all. So 57 plus 39, I spent 96. And I have $4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have $4 left under that tab. So that's right. And then, so allowance. I have 150 left. Under household, I have not spent anything. I think I'm going to be rolling this money over, at least part of it, because I don't think she's going to be cleaning this week. Entertainment, I haven't spent anything. Pretty much everything is closing again here, and quite frankly, there's not a movie that I really want to see. And then personal care, I have not spent anything. I do have a massage coming up in a couple of weeks, so I will be spending some money out of that. And then unbudgeted, I'm going to put 0 even though I'm over budget in stickers because it's really not an unbudgeted expense. I just went over my budget. So, well, actually it probably should be unbudgeted. Okay, so we'll do, I only spent 56. And of course I didn't budget anything for unbudgeted. So we are over, I'm starting with $56. Okay. So that's where that's at. And then for cash stuffing for this week, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. And I did go ahead and pull the money out for clothing because I decided that I wanted to have an envelope for clothing that I can kind of build up, because what I find is I leave it in my account and it just kind of gets mixed in with, I always keep a buffer in my checking account just in case. So if I have to use my card for something, I'm not rushing to put the cash back into the envelope. So I feel like the sinking funds that I'm kind of just leaving there are getting mixed in with the other money. So I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and start pulling them out as cash envelopes. Okay, so for groceries, I said that I was going to stuff $250, but I don't know why it says $227 left. Actually, no, it should be, I don't know. It should be 220. It should be 250, 125 for each week. So we're just gonna stuff it that way because otherwise I'm so confused. So 125. So 125 goes under my grocery tab with the $5 that's left. So I have now 125 for this, no, 130. Didn't I just take out the 5 too? Okay, I probably should have had dinner before I tried to do this cash stuffing this evening. Okay, so I have 1, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So I'm starting the week with 130. And then in my envelope for next week, I will put the 125 under groceries. And then for eating out, I have 100. So I'm gonna do 50 and 50. So that way I have 50 for this week and then 50 for the next week. So under my tab for eating out, I still have the 20 that's left over plus the 50, so I now have 70. And then this 50 will go in my envelope for next week. It's really the week after. So next Friday when I sit down to do my cash stuffing, I pull from my envelopes first. And then what I'll do is refill my tabs. And this all has to help like get me through the end of the month. So there we go. So for allowance, I have 50 each week. So I have 50 and 50. So 50 under my tab with the additional $4 that I have left. And then this 50 will go in my envelopes for allowance. And then this should be 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and this should be 10 ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this $100 is actually my clothing money. So it does not have an envelope yet. I need to make an envelope still. But on my clothing, I had $100 budgeted. I normally leave it in the account, but as I said earlier, I'm going to go ahead and keep that as a sinking fund, like cash envelope. And so this $100 for now, I will put into my gifts envelope until I make one for clothing. And then as far as what's left over, in my personal care, bank should be empty now. So just, I get a lot of questions on the bank envelope. So when I use my credit card or my debit card instead of my cash envelope, maybe I bought something online or I forgot my envelope, or sometimes like at the grocery store I go over, so I don't want to pull for another envelope, I'll use my card and then I take the cash and I put it in my bank envelope. I don't actually take that back to the bank. When I go to stuff my next time I am going to the bank to stuff my envelopes, I take the cash from bank first and then pull out the balance from my account. That way I'm not putting it back in my account and then pulling it back out when I'm doing my cash envelopes. Technically, it's not the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to just use your envelopes and not use your debit or your credit card. But there are times, particularly right now with as many things that I'm doing online, which I normally wouldn't do. Like I normally, when I go pick up food, I don't order it online. I go there, I order it, and then I just pay cash. But there's a lot of places where it's just so much easier just to go ahead and do it online. So, and I was leaving part of the money in the account and then trying to balance it out at the end of the month. And now I'm finding it's better just to pull it out, and then when I use my card, put it in bank and then pull that from the money that I would be pulling out from the account. So I hope that makes sense. It's been a little bit easier for me than the way I've done it in the past. So it's working okay. And then I always keep a cushion in my account anyways. So if I don't, you know, I don't want to worry about having to spend money from my account that is not there and rush back to the bank to put the money in. So I always leave at least 1 month of cash stuffing in the bank as it rolls over. Okay. Okay, so in my personal care, I should have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100. Now I will spend 2 things I need to do this month. One is I'm getting a massage finally. And 2, I need to get my hair cut really bad. So this will probably be empty by the end of the month. Entertainment, I have 35 of the 100 that I put in here. But again, we have not gone and done anything at all. It's been very sad. Household, I still have the 120 in here. I did not pull out the other 120 because I don't even think I'm going to be using this month. So I'm just going to leave that in the account and roll it into next month. And then tithing I'm doing online, and then gifts I'm going to be Christmas shopping with my Capital One card and then just paying that from my gift sinking fund. So that is how the envelopes work. And I got that. So in my sinking funds, I haven't really done anything with these. So I already moved this into my emergency fund. For Christmas and gifts, this $1,000, I spent 100 of it. So 900 of it is still in my checking account. And I may just go ahead and move that to Capital One and then just use my card and then just pay that card off from this account. Fitness, I didn't fund. Medical, I didn't fund. My vacation, my expense check has come in, so that money is there. And then tech, I did move this the beginning of the month into that account, so that money is already there. I haven't used anything, nor will I. Though I did drop my iPad face down, and I thought for sure it had broke, but it was just fine. It has a case on it, but I really, honestly, it went down with a thud. So that is why I have a tech sinking fund, because the things that I use a lot, like my iPad, I want to be able to replace if something happens to it. If I lose it, if it gets broken, you know, I've had it for 4 years, 3 years. So, you know, I understand that, you know, eventually I'll need to replace it. So I just want to have the money there when it's time to replace it. And then on my budget, I think everything has been moved down. So for, actually, I am going to go ahead and move this to 250 because that's what I have budgeted, and then I will figure out what I did. So for eating out, I have 120, giving I have 200, allowance I have 150. I did raise allowance to 250 and it probably should have just been 200, so I may end up rolling 50 of that back into the budget. Household, I have 240 budgeted. Entertainment 100, personal care 50, and I'm over 56 in unbudgeted because of stickers. So that is November. Now I know in my last video I talked about some huge changes coming to my budget, and I thought for sure I could talk about it on this one, but I think what I'm going to talk about when I lay out my December budget. Now my December budget is not going to change that much. There'll be a few small changes. Where there really is going to be in a completely different budget will be my January 1st budget and my budget for 2021, which I'm just now working on setting up my 2021 budget. So it's good. It's a good thing. It was not, but it is something that I feel like I have planned for because it's something I've been planning for years. So it's good. From a person who very much loves to budget and likes to know exactly what's happening in the budget, this has been a super stressful time for me, but I think it's important that you still go ahead and budget. And I am an emotional spender. That is like my thing when I'm upset or when I spend money. So I think the fact that I'm staying on budget after this month that has been so many highs and lows, I'm very proud of that fact. So, and this is why we budget at the end of the day, is for life's unknown. So that's all I can say, unfortunately, right now, but I'm excited to share the news with you all coming up very soon. So thank you so much for watching. If you have not done so, please subscribe and drop a comment on your why on budgeting. I have the 2 giveaways that I still want to do. I'm getting close on the subscriber. I wanted to do a second one at 750 subscribers, and then the third one giveaway will be at 1,000 subscribers. So why do you budget? What is your why? What is your motivation? Is it to, I think the comment I get the most is to retire early. Sometimes it's to be able to stay home and raise your kids without worrying. Sometimes it's just to be able to sleep better at night, or to have more time in your day so you're not working a second job or you're not working overtime. So we all have a very personal reason why we budget and why we stick to it even when the budget is tough to do. But I'd love to hear your why. So please drop it down into the comments. And I appreciate you so much for watching, and I hope you're all staying very safe and very healthy. Take care.